One thing you can't pay me to do again is go back to prison. Yes, prison. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to tell y'all why I went to prison for 4 years. Oh my God. Baby, this is going to be part 1 of my prison story. Imagine going to prison for 4 years. I did the time, so who better to tell my story than me? And listen up. It might be a little lengthy or whatever, but it's worth it because I'm the type of girl that loves detail. I pay attention to detail. So when giving a story or when telling a story, like, I like detail. So I'm going to start by telling y'all what led up to prison. So I did bank fraud. Bank fraud, scams, credit cards, checks, you name it, I did it. Taxes, I did it. Right? I did it for about roughly 9-10 years. It wasn't until I let somebody in my game room, tried to help them out. She was dumb and got caught and put them in my game room. Told them everything. And then I became the ringleader. And might I add, I was really good at what I did. And I'm not bragging. But your girl was good at what she did. Now, again, I said I was doing this for about 9-10 years. Never got caught. Never put nobody in my game room. Felt sorry for the girl and tried to help her out. You can't help everybody out. But anyways, I didn't even know I had a warrant for my arrest. It wasn't until one day in 2018. Hold on. It's going to get good, y'all, I promise. So as I was saying, in 2018, it was one morning, one early morning, I heard something banging at the door. I'm like, who the hell banging on the door this early? I mean, it was literally like 7-something in the morning. Like, who could be banging on the door? So, before I had a Ring camera, because, you know, we got Ring cameras now, but I got out of bed and I looked at the window. And I'm like, oh, my God. It's like 3 police cars. Mind you, I didn't know I had a warrant. But I knew that I was doing something illegal. I knew that I was doing something wrong, so I'm scared. So I wakes my boyfriend up at the time, I wake him up, and I'm like, babe, the police down there, go downstairs and answer the door. Because I'm scared. Like, I'm not going to open the door. So he gets up, he like, man, what the fuck going on? So I'm like, I don't know. Now, mind you, again, I know that I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know I got a warrant. So just in case, I go hide in the closet. Like, I don't know what's going on. So he goes down there. They show him like, hey, we got a warrant for Sierra, blah, blah, blah. And we looking for her. Is she here? He was so G, like, he kept it so solid. Like, I didn't believe he would say something like this. He was like, oh, no, she don't live here no more. We ain't even together no more. I don't fuck with her. So, the police so messy here in Jacksonville. They're like, oh, for real? Oh, okay. Well, she has 42 counts of fraudulent checks or defrauding a financial institution, blah, blah, blah. I'm hiding in the closet. When I hear that, I'm like Ebony off a Players Club. I'm like, 42 counts? No. But they so messy. They like, okay, well, don't tell. If she reach out to you, if you talk to her, don't tell her that she got a warrant. Matter of fact, see if you can get her to pull up or come over here, and he hands him a card with his number and information on there and saying, and when she do, let us know. Call us. What? So he come back up there and he tell me like, babe, them people say you got 42 counts of bank fraud. I'm like, I heard him. I'm freaking the fuck out at this point. Because like, huh? How? Like, at this point, they had done built the case on me. Not knowing, after the girl had done told me. And mind you, I had stopped hearing from the girl. Like, I hadn't heard from her in probably like 3 months or so. But I didn't care because, like, I was just doing her a favor. Like, she was a friend of my boyfriend friend. Yeah. So, and she was getting ready to get put out. She had a little baby or whatever. And I felt bad for her. I'm a really, really kind-hearted person. I have a real big heart. So, I'm asking my boyfriend, like, what you think I should do? Oh, y'all, these some little carrot rice. They so good, like, really, really good. Y'all need to check these out. They came from Korea, though. But anyways, so I'm asking my boyfriend, what you think I should do? Oh, my God. Like, I got worn out from my already. So I'm like, I know you ain't gonna turn me in. He like, man, stop fucking playing with me. Why would I turn you in? It was just a little joke. But anyway, so I prepared myself to get ready to be on the run because I'm not gonna turn myself in. They're gonna have to do their job and come find me. Like, I'm not going to jail. Oh my God. Like, mind you, I had never really been in trouble. Like, so jail, like, huh? Like, no way. So I get a little duffel bag. I'm starting packing my stuff. Like, I'm actually scared to leave the house at this point because what if they around the corner waiting on me? So I seen him maybe like 2 hours later. I seen him out the house. And like, go circle around the block. Go make sure like they ain't nowhere. So, oh my God. So funny. So he comes back. He like, nah, they gone. So I call my cousin. And I'm like, cuz, like, I got a warrant for my arrest. I need somewhere to stay. Like, she like, oh, come on. Like, it's no problem. So, I packed my stuff. The car was in the garage. Thank God. The car was in the garage. So, therefore, I was able to get in the car. In the garage, I didn't have to go outside. So, I get in the back seat. But mind you, I'm in the back seat, but I'm laid on the floor on the back seat. Cringe the fuck up. Yeah. So, I get to my cousin's house or whatever. I hide out over there for maybe like a week. I ain't go out the door. Like, I ain't do nothing because I was just that scared. So, I had to build up a little courage after a week or so. And I was just like, fuck this. Like, these people ain't looking for me. Dumbass. So, I get like, kind of like basically living my normal life again. Like, at this point, it was like a week or two or whatever. So, I hate staying at other people's house. I don't know about y'all, but like, I love my own home. Like, I can't be living with nobody. So me building up that courage, like, okay, I'm going to just go home late nights and I'm going to just leave early mornings. So I was doing that for a good month. So without getting caught. So one morning, mind y'all, now this is the crazy part, because I'm cheating on my boyfriend already. That's the kicker. I really ain't want to be with him no more, but I couldn't leave him neither, you know? So I was talking to this other dude at the time, and I didn't even tell him what was going on because I was too embarrassed. But anyway, so I'm cheating on my boyfriend, and we had done pulled up back at the house or whatever. We had went to go get something to eat, me and the boyfriend. And so we had put up back at the house, and he went in the house. Mind you, the other dude was calling, so I couldn't go in the house. I needed to talk to him on the phone. So I sat in the car. So the boyfriend like, hey, you need to come upstairs, like, come in the house, like, come on, or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm coming. Man, I'm on the phone with the dude or whatever. And before I knew it, I was outside for about 2 hours on the phone. The boyfriend done went to sleep. So after I get off the phone with the dude, I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to pull the car in the garage. Soon as I clicked the clicker to go in the garage, like 3 cars had done pulled up in my driveway, like, and blocked me in. So I'm looking crazy. Mind you, they was like undercover cars. They was not police cars. They were undercover cars. I'm scared shitless at this point. I'm like, I'm caught. I'm finally fucking caught. Oh my God, like, what I'm gonna do? So I started blowing the horn because I knew it was police. I started blowing the horn, trying to get his ass up. Like, hey, they got me. Like, he's still asleep. So they approached the car, and they like, hey, they got a picture of me. Mind you, at this point, I had blonde hair. And the picture that they had was, like, black hair. So they like, hey, is your name Sierra, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at the picture like, no. They're like, stop playing games with us, Miss, blah, blah, blah. We know it's you. And I'm looking like, no, that's not me. If you know it's me, why is you asking me? Just go ahead and arrest me. Like, that was just so dumb. Sorry for the wait, y'all. This part 2. So, like I was saying, the police hadn't already got there or whatever, and they told me to stop playing games. Like, listen, we know it's you. Stop playing games with us. We finna arrest you, basically. So, I just basically went ahead and surrendered at this point. Like, I don't want to keep, like, playing with the people. Like, they know it's me. Like, come on. Meanwhile, while they still saying all this, they end up bringing me my Miranda rights, and I'm literally blowing the horn, like laying on the horn, because like These people is arresting me. You need to get your ass up and come downstairs. Like, they is finna take me to jail. So I'm blowing the horn like, hey, like, get up. I'm calling his name. I ain't gonna say his name, but his name Brian. So I was like, Brian, like literally yelling and blowing the horn. So the people telling me to calm down, the police telling me to calm down. They'll go knock on the door to get him up. I'm like, he's not gonna just hear no knock. Like, I need to go upstairs to get him. They like, go upstairs? No, man, we can't allow you to go upstairs. Like, then they end up putting one cuff on me. They did allow me to make phone calls. So I had my phone or whatever. I wasn't even thinking about making a phone call. Back it up. As I was on the phone with the dude, he heard what was going on. He was like, what's going on? You straight? You finna go to jail? Y'all, I hung up the phone so fast because I was so embarrassed. Like, that's embarrassing because he didn't know what was going on with me. Like, what I, really did for a living. So again, as they had one cuff on me and they allowed me to make phone calls, instead of making a phone call, my dumb ass thinking about, let me delete all this shit out my phone because he finna come downstairs and he gonna get my phone and I don't want him going through my phone and see that I'm cheating. So I was deleting all the messages. I ended up blocking the dude or whatever. Mind you, me and the dude had been talking for like a good 5 months or whatever. And so I ended up blocking him so he wouldn't call back or whatever. So he ended up coming downstairs. He came downstairs so fast. He didn't have on no clothes, no shirt, no bottoms, nothing. Just, he had on his boxes, but that's about it. He like, what the fuck going on? Oh my God, what's going on? Nigga, you know what's going on. These people take me to jail. So you came down there and you was just like, what's going on? Y'all finna take her to jail? So the officer was like, yes, sir. We have to arrest her because she has a warrant for her arrest for defrauding a financial institution. So he like, well, I need to call her mom or whatever. So mind y'all, I cleared the phone, gave him my phone. He ended up calling my mama or whatever, let my mama know what's going on. They ended up taking me down to downtown. So as I got downtown, I ended up calling my mama. My mama could not believe this, y'all, because nobody actually could, because nobody never knew what was going on besides me and my boyfriend. My friends, nobody. So when they found out, they looked online and they seen all these charges. They was like, no. So my mama, she had my back. She defended me to the end, baby. She was like, y'all got the wrong motherfucking person. My daughter don't do no fucking fraud. My daughter go to work every fucking day. She don't do no fucking fraud. At this point, I'm really embarrassed because, like, my mama really got my back and she really don't know, like, lady, yes, I do. Like, I do fraud. Like, I been busting checks. Like, so they end up seizing my accounts and they end up seizing my truck. I wasn't a homeowner, so I was still renting, so they didn't seize the house or do anything with the house. They just seized my accounts and my truck at the time. So my bond was $500,000. So my mama was trying to figure out, like, okay, she got to come up with the money, her and my boyfriend, to get me out or whatever. I ended up getting 2 lawyers. I ended up having to get a lawyer for the overall case, and I ended up getting a lawyer for a bond reduction. I had to get a bond reduction. Ain't no way, like, these people finna have to come up with this money to get me out for $500,000. So I told the dude, I ended up calling him while I was in there, and I had him end up getting me a lawyer for the bond reduction, and my dude ended up getting me the lawyer overall. Mind y'all, I did, like, at this point, I stayed in there for like 43 days or so before I was able to get a bond reduction. I get the bond reduction. Oh my God, I go to court for that, and they tell me that they got a nebula hold on me. So basically, until I can prove where the funds came from to bond me out, then I had to stay, regardless of the reduction. Thank God my mama had a decent job, great job or whatever. Her and my grandmother, they used their accounts and stuff like that, showing like, hey, this is where the money is coming from. So they bond me out. The crazy part about this whole thing is, when I got out, y'all probably don't believe me, but this is real shit. When I got out, I wasn't even thinking about, like, anything. I was thinking about this nigga that I was talking to, because he had some good eggplant. Like, good eggplant that make you go stupid dumb. Like, so when I got out, he was the first person I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about my nigga that was at home that helped bond me out. I wasn't even thinking about him. That's the crazy part. I called him immediately, and when I got out and told him I'm out or whatever, and he was like, okay, he finna come to my friend's house and meet me, because I had done went to my friend's house after I got out. So I'm out on bond. He come meet me at my friend's house, and we, chop it up or whatever. This nigga done end up giving me an ultimatum, letting me know, because he knew about my boyfriend, but he ended up letting me know, like, listen, hey, it's either gonna be me or him. Like, I ain't finna keep doing this with you. Like, I just feel like he felt like that now, because, like, nigga, you done got me a lawyer, so now you feel like, oh yeah, like, we all in or nothing. That's how I feel. So I finally make it home or whatever, and I woke my boyfriend up, and I basically was like, hey, I'm home. He was excited to see me, but he was still like asleep, or he was sick or something. And so I kind of told him, I was like, hey, we need to talk. And so he was like, I don't want to talk right now. I want to talk we can talk in the morning. So I was just like, no, we need to talk now. But he wasn't having it. He didn't want to talk. So me not knowing whole time while I was in jail, he already knew what was going on. I didn't know that, but he did. He knew what was going on. He ended up going through me and my cousin messages. Now, y'all, I done deleted the message between me and the dude, but he ended up going through me and my cousin messages while I was talking to my cousin about the dude. Who does that? But I must say, he kept it P, because he said he didn't want me to go through it. You know, I was already going through it while I was in jail, so he didn't want to add on top of it, so he didn't say anything. He was waiting till I came home. So he didn't want to talk that night. So the next morning, he wakes me up. He like, hey, get up. So I'm like, what's up? So he like, I'm ready to talk. At this point, I'm mad. I got an attitude because I don't want to talk. I tried to talk to you. You didn't want to talk. So he like, nah, I'm ready to talk. So since you're ready to talk, okay, I guess I'm finna lay it out. Like, I was just like, hey, I've been seeing somebody else, and I don't want to be together no more. He was like, to be honest, I already knew that. I already knew that you was seeing somebody else, but can I ask you one question? I was like, yeah. He was like, you love him? So I was like, yeah, I do. When I tell you good eggplant, or make you say some dumbass shit, like, girl, no, you don't love that man. So to fast forward and speed it up, I end up telling him or whatever, and we end up getting in a fight and a big argument, and I end up putting him out, and we broke up. I got with the dude. A month later, the dude end up coming to stay a little while or whatever, and we was together. So while I'm out on bond, y'all, I'm thinking that at this point, well, I'm already out on bond. I need to get my shit together and seize my accounts or whatever. So at this point, I'm finna do it again. Like, let me run it up again, like, until, you know, the case is over with. I'm so fucking dumb. Why would I do it again? These people watching me up. So I'm out doing my thing, getting my shit together, like running it up, getting me some more money. Man, I was out on bond for about 4 months. I was going back and forth to court. The last time I went to court, I was getting ready to leave court because I had ended up getting another job or whatever. And I was like, you know, my lawyer was going to be in the place of me, and he told them that I was going to work. As I was getting ready to walk out the courtroom, the defense said, no, not the defense, I mean the state. The state was like, hey, we can't let her leave. Like, they were talking to the judge, we can't let her leave. She has another warrant for her arrest. What? So the judge told me to hold on. As they were talking or whatever, he ended up saying, yes, you got a warrant for your arrest. You're not going to be able to leave. Detain her. Oh, my God. So they kept me again. And at this point, I'm thinking I got another bond, because they lied and said I did have a bond. And this bond was kind of low, pretty low. But when I got downtown, I end up having no bond. They revoked the bond because I was already out on bond. So now I can't go nowhere. So now I'm in jail fighting my case, back and forth, going to court. Like, literally, I sat in county for 10 months 10 months before I got sentenced to prison. Now here you go with the county thing. They went to get an ultrasound in a heartbeat. Now mind y'all, this was the craziest shit too, because when they did the heartbeat, the lady kind of said, I kind of hear a second heartbeat, like it's pretty faint. But that's when they said, you know, they thought I was pregnant. Another month went by. They wanted me to go back to the hospital, do another ultrasound at this point. So now I'm really terrified, because I'm like, I'm not pregnant, and this shit is fin to like really fuck me up, because my judge was so sweet. She was so nice. Like, she came from family court, so of course she was really nice, and she was very concerned that, you know, I'm pregnant with my first kid and I'm gonna go to prison. So she was kind of like trying to be lenient or whatever. The state wanted me to do 8 years. They wanted 8 years. They wasn't coming off 8 years. They was not coming down. They wanted 8 years. But I ended up pleading out to my judge. So when I think that if I wouldn't have got caught in the lie about being pregnant, I wouldn't even got the 4 years, because she ended up giving me 4 years. She gave me half of the 8. And the only reason why she gave me 4 is because she could not believe that I sat in her courtroom and lied. I was so embarrassed because all my friends thought I was pregnant. My mama, my grandma, everybody was going to bat like, oh my God, like, she's gonna be a first time mom. Like, she cannot go to prison. So they ended up figuring out I wasn't pregnant, and the judge was like, she was very disappointed in me. And mind y'all, when you get sentenced, they don't say 4 years, 3 years, they say the months. So she said, I hereby sentence you to 48 months in state prison. Oh my God, I about lost my shit because I'm like, 48 months? I'm counting. How many years is that? Like, put it in layman's terms. How many years I'm finna do? Because 48 months, that is insane. That sounds like a long ass time. Like, 48 months. So at this time now, the boyfriend held me down or whatever. Even after me, like, putting him out, even after the bullshit. I ended up stopped talking to Eggplant at the time. We wrote here and there. He would write me letters. I didn't call him that often because I couldn't believe that he was married, and I really didn't get a chance to kind of like digest it and talk to him about it because I told y'all it was the next day I went to court and they kept me. So, but the boyfriend, he held it down now. In the beginning, the 10 months that I did in county, he was there. He was not there for my prison sentence. I'm going to get into that, but he was not there for that prison sentence, baby. Might I add, county time is some hard time. Literally, it's nothing to do in county. Like, you walk in circles, you might play a little cards here and there, eat, and go to bed. It's nothing that you can do. When they say rec, time to go outside to rec, you still caged in. You're not even outside, excuse me. You're not even outside for real. It's like, you're still inside, but it's like a little gate around, not even outside. Like, you still in the building. It's a gate in the building. It's like you feel a little wind, that's all. But yeah, that was my 10 months in county. I spent 10 months in county and finally went to court and got sentenced to 48 months, which is 4 years. And now I'm finna go to prison. Okay, part 4 on surviving prison. I'm back. So I left y'all off with I had ended up getting sentenced to 4 years, which is 48 months in the state prison. I had done did 10 months already in the county. Yes, it did go towards my sentence. So the time that I sat in county, they put it towards my prison sentence. So while I was awaiting to get shipped off to prison, I probably was still in county for about 2 more weeks. Within them 2 weeks, y'all, I was still delusional. I haven't even cried yet. Like, the fact that I was getting sent to prison for 4 years, I was just like more so shocked than like hurt. So I couldn't like grasp the fact like, girl, you finna be gone for 4 years. But during that time, my mama had came to visit me, to see me or whatever. And y'all won't believe, I was still lying. Like, I was still telling my mom like I'm pregnant. My mom was like, cut the shit, Sierra. Like, the people already done told me that you're not pregnant, because she was already disappointed. And I just was like, I was sad that I had disappointed her and everybody else. So, because they was going to bat for me. So I was just like, Mom, them people don't know what they talking about. I am pregnant. My mom was like, listen, if you keep fucking lying, I'm finna walk out of this visitation right now and fuck you, basically. Like, don't reach out to me. I won't be talking to you for the next 4 years until you bring your ass home if you gonna continue to lie to me. So I'm just like, oh my God, like, I gotta tell my mama the truth, because ain't no way I'm gonna be able to do 4 years without my mama. Like, I need my mama. I need somebody like there for me. Like, this is scary. I'm walking to something new, like something that I've never experienced before, and I need my mama. She was like, I got your back regardless of anything, but I can't have your fucking back if you ain't even telling me the truth. You ain't being honest with me. So if you're not gonna be honest with me, then I can't have your fucking back. So you right, Mom. You right. So I went and told my mama, yeah, Mom, I'm not pregnant. I was just, saying that because I was afraid to go to prison. I didn't know they were going to send me to prison if I was pregnant. So she accepted it or whatever. We both cried because now I'm realizing like I really am finna go up the road. So she like, okay, well, thank you for being honest. Now I got your back. Like, you ain't doing this time alone. We finna do this time together. I got a great ass mom, y'all. So now 2 weeks passed by, the prison bus come pick me up. They called me to pack it up. It's time to go to prison. I'm scared shitless. Like, prison, it's like, you see stuff on TV, but you don't be really like, if you ain't experienced it, you be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, like, I hope I don't be locked up like that. Like, I hope they don't treat me like that. So a big ass, stupid, big white bus come pulling up. I mean, not a regular school bus. I mean, it was super big, like a Greyhound or some shit, but it was a white little bus. They put the shackles on me. They put the cuffs on me. I immediately started crying because I'm just like, oh my God, this is my reality. So I get to the women's reception center. That's women's reception center is a prison that you go to before you go to your actual real camp. They send all the women there because you basically got to learn the ropes of prison. They teach you, what you can't do, what you can do, kind of like, just the, introduction. So when I tell you that was the worst part, because they really want you to be scared before you go to your prison so that you can be scared when you at the prison. Soon as you get there, they yelling at you like drill sergeants. Get in the fucking line. Walk in the fucking line. Don't step over the white line. Like on life. Like, don't step over the gun line. Like, you might get shot or some shit. Like, it was crazy. Then when you get in there, they immediately put you in this cage. It's a real big old cage fixed in like you're a freaking animal. Like, I'm looking like scared, like, oh my God, like I'm looking at people looking at me. I'm like, oh my God, what is gonna happen? I'm in a fucking cage like a dog. So then they call my last name or whatever. They did my little intake or whatever. Then they immediately give you some kind of like green shampoo, make you put it in your hair and make you wet your hair and wash your hair. They say it's for lice or whatever, but you immediately wash your hair and then they gonna make you take a picture. So you really want me on the internet looking stupid? So you want to put me on the internet like this while my hair all stupid, wild, bushy, wet, like they just try to embarrass you. After they finish taking your picture, they like yelling at, what size uniform you wear? I'm scared. Like, I don't know. You don't know? You better find out. Like, everything is just yelling. That's why I say I'm really like, I'm traumatized. I hate for somebody to get loud with me. I hate for somebody to yell at me because that's all they fucking do in prison is yell at you. So I end up getting my uniform, putting my uniform on. It's a girl next to me. She's trying to talk to me. I'm scared. I don't even want to talk to nobody. Like, I'm just like, like, what you in here for? I'm scared to say anything. I don't know what I'm in here for. Like, it was just crazy. So that was the intake or whatever. Then they assign you to a dorm or whatever. You get assigned to a dorm and you go to your dorm. I'm not knowing the whole time. I'm not even going to be able to use the phone. Oh my God, how long I'm finna have to be here without using the phone? I need to call my mom or like, I need to know what's going on. Without using the phone, I need to call my mom or like, I need to know what's going on. So you can use the phone. You don't got your tablet yet. You do have a little computer where it was JPay at the time, but you got to stand in a long line for that. It was a long line every day to check and see if you had messages. So like people from the outside could add you on JPay or whatever to write you. So, and that's before you got a tablet. I needed my mama to know exactly where I was at so she can, put money on my books and stuff like that, etc. But I couldn't use the phone the whole time I was there. And I was probably in reception center for about a good 3 weeks or so, almost a month, without using the fucking phone. Just writing her, emailing her on JPay, and I had to stand in line for that every fucking day. When I tell you, at the reception center, they some fucking Billy badasses, like some big ass bullies. And I ain't saying I can beat everybody, and I ain't saying I ain't scared of nobody. But what I'm saying is, I'm a big girl, and I can handle mine. But soon as you on the yard, like, I'm new to this, so when they know you new, and you probably kind of like look a little scared, they gonna try you. Child, why a girl done tried to skip me in the commissary line? Oh, I was not having that. Hey, baby, I might be new, but I'm far from motherfucking scary. I'm scared, like, of the environment, but I'm far from scary. So you ain't finna just jump in front of me, and I done stood in the line, because first of all, you have to stand in a long line. They don't care if it's hot, raining, snowing. You got to stand in the line for canteen. And they close it at a certain time, so you might be number 15 in line. When they get to number 12 or 13, that's it, yard closed. So I done stood in line all this time for a whole hour just for the yard to close, and then this bitch thinks she finna get in front of me? Oh, no, man, we ain't doing that. So that was my first argument at the reception center. It wasn't my first fight, but it was my first argument. I was like, hey, I'm in line. And she was like, I know that. I was like, you ain't finna skip me. And she was like, shit. So as the line went up, I politely moved right in front of her like I said, you ain't finna skip me. I done stood in this line a whole hour, you ain't finna skip me. So basically what I'm getting at is you gotta stand up for yourself, because if I would have just backed down and just like let her have it, then she would have tried me again. So at this point you already see the feistiness in me. You see, like, I ain't scared of you, bitch. Like, you ain't finna skip me. Like, I'm finna get in front of you. Don't play with me. You can get behind me, you can get on the side of me, but you ain't finna get in front of me. So you had to get up every morning at 5 a.m. to like clean your bed area, get up for count. Oh my God, y'all. Count time was the worst time in prison. Because some of them officers seem like they can't count, and you can't do nothing during count. You can barely motherfucking sneeze during count. You can't go use the bathroom. You can't do nothing during count. Count time is count time. You like a drill sergeant. You better be in count. So the reception center was kind of boring. It really wasn't nothing to do there. You did go in the yard. You sit at the tables and chit chat with the people. But like I said, I wasn't friendly. I didn't know people. I was a little scared of the environment. I wasn't trying to make no friends. But like I said, I was probably there like 30 days, almost 30 days. Probably day 22, I did end up meeting somebody, and we end up going to the same prison, like our real prison. And we've been like this ever since. And we still friends now. But, child, they scared the shit out of me. They kicked my bunk. Hey, pack it up. I'm like, pack it up? Where am I going? Because at this point, I didn't know that I was going to a real prison. I just thought that I was in a reception center. I found out when they kicked my bunk and told me to pack it up. So they was like, you finna go to a prison. So on certain days, you knew, like, what prison you was going to, because on Wednesday, you would go to Gaston. On Thursday, you would go to Hernando, stuff like that. And it was a Wednesday, so everybody was like, oh, you going to Gaston? You going to Gaston? Like, oh, you going to Cupcake Camp? I'm like, Cupcake Camp? They're like, yeah, girl, that shit's sweet. It's a walk in the park. So now my anxiety done calmed down a little bit, because I'm like, oh, okay. Like, but I'm still scared. But I'm like, okay, they say it's Cupcake Camp. Part 5 on surviving prison. A little small disclaimer before I get back into it. I was 26, almost 27 years old when I committed this crime, or when I went in. I'm 34 years old now, so I didn't have the mindset that I have now back then. I can't go back and change the things that I did. I was a little dumb, but I'm way more wiser now. And might I add, I needed this prison sentence. It changed me. So just want to throw that out there. So like I was saying, they woke me up, told me that I'm going to Gaston, which is a private camp. So when I say private, meaning they have a lot of more amenities than the DOC have. So it was Cupcake Camp is what they called it, meaning it's not real prison. It was real prison to me. Like, anything was real prison. I was away from home, locked up, and being told what to do. So it was real prison. The girl that I had met at the reception center, she came with me, so I already knew somebody, like, and we were, cool or whatever. We got separated when we got to the Cupcake Camp, which is Gaston. So we was kind of like, oh my God, no. But we would see each other at rec all the time. Like, we would meet up at the child hall, and we would hang out. The first thing I wanted to do was use the phone. I didn't care about nothing else. Like, I needed to call my mama and let her know, like, hey, I'm gone. I'm at this new camp. Please put in your visitation form. I need y'all to come see me, like, as soon as possible, because I need to see my family. So when you first get to prison, your phone pen don't be working. Like, you got to get it activated or whatever so it can start working. Well, I had ended up paying somebody when I got there, because mind you, I had commissary that they didn't have on this campus yet. Like, they wanted some of the stuff that we had from county or from the reception center that they didn't have over there. So I was able to trade and sell some things to make phone calls before my pen was working. I called my mama. They called her on three-way, and I really wanted to just bust out and cry, because I was so happy to hear my mama's voice. But I held it in, because I didn't want nobody to be like, this crybaby ass. So my mama had kind of gave me words of encouragement, telling me to stay strong. She's getting ready to do her application. She's coming to see me as soon as she can, and just keep my head up. I hung up the phone with my mama, and I immediately kind of like was trying to get acclimated, even though I still could not. Like, I was just crying. Like, I went in the bathroom stall and just boo-hoo cried. Like, I could not believe this was my reality. Like, girl, you is in prison, like, and you finna be here for a while, so you might as well get comfortable, because you can't go nowhere. So I had got my bed assignment. Mind y'all, I am a heavyset girl. So why would y'all put me on the top bunk? Like, I'm supposed to climb up here on this bunk bed and get on the top? Like, I immediately was so mad, because, like, why would y'all do me like that? So I climb up there, and immediately as I get up there, all I hear is a whole bunch of yelling, countdown, 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 countdown. I'm like, what is going on? Mind y'all, again, all they do is yell. So the yelling is like taking me out at this point, because all you hear all day is yelling. And count time is very serious on the compound. No movement at all. Don't get up, don't talk. You talk, you getting rolled up. Too many DRs and CCs, you going to lock. So you better be still on your bunk. So I was in Charlie dorm, that's C dorm, and might I add, it was like a privilege to get in Charlie dorm, and they end up putting me in Charlie dorm. So I guess like I was supposed to be happy about that, because Charlie dorm, there was different parts of it. Two of the Charlie dorms were the dog dorm. So they had a dog program at this prison, and they had all types of dogs. And I was happy a little bit about it, because mind you, I had 2 dogs. I had 2 purebred Maltese, Bentley and Bella, and I had to leave them behind. And I was really, really sad about that, because those were like my babies, like my kids. I love those dogs so bad. So I was in the dog dorm, and I kind of liked it. I was in the dog dorm for probably about my first 4 months there. I ended up getting kicked out of the dog dorm because apparently you're not supposed to feed the dogs. If you feed the dogs real food, like, that's a big no-no. And them dogs used to be whining and crying, and I felt like they were hungry. Like, they're supposed to be, they were there for, like, support. The people, you had to be in the program, and you train them. You train them to get them ready to either go with, like, somebody blind, somebody that needs, like, a service dog, because that's what they were, service dogs. So they didn't want you feeding them. But I felt sorry for the dogs. I felt like, hey, they were hungry, so I fed them. When they kicked me out, they end up putting me in faith-based. Oh my God, y'all, faith-based was a trip. Faith-based was something else. And I'm shortening these videos because every time I try to upload a 10-minute video, TikTok is like putting it under review, saying content is under review, and I will have to post it like in 12 hours or so. And I know y'all want me to post it now, so I'm sorry that the videos are short. I'm going to try to finish part 5 now and post the other one, and then I'll post part 6 tomorrow. Part 6 of Surviving Prison. So here I am at the cupcake camp. I'm here for about 4 months now. I finally get a job. So everybody has to work in prison. You cannot just lay around and not do anything. You're either going to be you're going to be a houseman. A houseman is somebody that stay in the dorm, and you clean up the dorm, and you have different assignments in the dorm. You're going to either work in the kitchen, inside grounds, outside grounds, laundry. You're going to have a job in prison. Nobody's laying around. You're going to get your ass up every day, and you're going to work. And no, you don't get paid. You get paid for your days. So game time. You get game time in there. You get 10 days a month. So you get 5 for working and 5 for good behavior. You might not get your 10 days every month, depending on you. If you get a CC, which is kind of like you that's getting rolled up, but that's like a warning. And then DR. But you can get days taken, like 2 days or so for CCs and DRs. Well, I was on the call out for work call, and they assigned my job. My job was in the kitchen. In the hellhole, Hell's Kitchen. That's what we called it. In the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, I get to go work in the kitchen. I was kind of happy because I was bored those first 4 months, like I had nothing to do. I was in a dog dorm smelling and looking at dogs. So I was kind of happy. Mind y'all, I got kicked out of the dog dorm for feeding the dogs, so now I'm in faith-based, okay? But I'm just moving up a little bit, which I'm telling y'all, I got a job in the kitchen. I was happy a little bit because I was like, okay, give me something to do. They was so strict in the kitchen, like, oh my God, we had one officer named Mango. Nobody liked her. Nobody liked her. She was such a bitch. And she was real young or whatever, but she used to be a hater. Like, she hated on all the inmates. She even got in a fight with an inmate, but she used to hate on the inmates so bad because she felt like, oh, some of the officers wanted the inmates, and she wanted the officer. Like, girl, you in the free world. Like, you can get who you want to get. We can't help that officers want us. So, anyways, I was placed in morning shift. Morning shift, I think I had to be to work at 5 a.m., and I got off at like 12 or so. Yeah, right before count 12. So I worked the morning shift, which was cool. So we did breakfast and we started lunch. My supervisor, Miss May, she was really cool, a really nice older black lady. She was so sweet. Like, she was like our grandma. She was really sweet. The kitchen is where it went down at, y'all. When I tell you, I didn't originally come in there doing the things that I eventually left doing, but I will say I got my hands dirty. By this time, I'm still like, new to the prison, but I'm kind of like not comfortable, but getting a little acclimated, if I must say. So everybody in there kind of like stole out the kitchen. So you sell stuff on the compound. You sell onions, bell peppers, rice, butter. I'm naming you the most popular items that people wanted on the compound. Butters, onions, peppers, seasonings, rice, cornbread mix. I think that's it. That's about it. That's the most popular stuff that people wanted on the compound. So on Saturdays, every Saturdays, it was a salad bar. So with salad bar, you get onions and bell peppers. So everybody got onions and bell peppers on their tray. So they would put it in a bag or whatever so they can take it back to their dorm because we had microwaves in the dorm. And people want to make Chinese food, which we would use brown rice, brown fried rice, and pork skins, and some other stuff. And that's making Chinese food. So they wanted their onions and peppers. Well, I guess it was against the rules to take your onions and bell peppers out the chow hall because they would pat you down as you would leave the chow hall every Saturday to see like if you got onions and peppers, like literally patting you down, putting your hands on the wall, turn around, patting you down to see if you got onions and bell peppers. Crazy, right? So now I'm back. I'm at the faith base. I really did not want to be in faith base, y'all. Like I said, you really like have to sign up for faith base and be selected to be in that program. But since I got kicked out of the dog norm, they automatically put me in faith base. At this time, I'm battling my faith right now because I'm still upset with God. I was blaming God because I'm like, how could God love me and he sent me to prison and I ain't never really been in trouble? So I'm battling my faith at this point. So I didn't want to be in faith base. I didn't want nothing to do with God because I'm just like, God don't love me. But not knowing what I know now and what I eventually learned, like, girl, take accountability because you put yourself here. God had to sit you down for a reason. So I had to gain my relationship back with God. But I did not want to be in faith base. So anyways, at this point, I'm taking my onions and bell peppers back in faith base too. Now, faith base is so strict. When I tell you strict, a bunch of fake holier than thou women in there, okay? I did not participate in like the little gathering. So every morning in faith base, you had to get up. They had praise and worship, and they had like a little circle thing where they have prayer and read the scriptures. I was still upset with God, so I didn't want to join that. Like, I didn't want to be in that, so I didn't do it. And they already was like kind of telling the chaplain on me then, like, oh, Sierra's not joining or whatever. So I kind of got a coaching then and threatened to get kicked out of faith base. So once I found out, oh, I'm getting threatened to get kicked out of faith base, good. Now I'm happy because now I'm really not joining the circle. So I went to the chow hall. I'm leaving the chow hall on a Saturday, and I bring my onions and bell peppers back. I get ready to cook my food in the microwave. They like hound dogs sniffing like, oh, I smell onions and bell peppers. I smell onions and bell peppers. Now, mind y'all, in the other dorm, they don't give a damn. They bring their onions and bell peppers back. This is faith-based, where they supposed to do everything right, so they're not bringing their onions and bell peppers back. Child, them people used to be hating on me so bad. Like, they was telling the chaplain everything. Like, oh, she bring her onions and bell peppers back. Oh, my God. It was just a mess. I eventually got kicked out of faith base. So now I'm getting ready to go to the working dorm, which was the kitchen dorm, because now I work in the kitchen, and I'm getting ready to get moved to the kitchen dorm. Y'all, I regretted getting kicked out of faith base. The kitchen dorm was A dorm, which is Alpha dorm. Baby, Alpha dorm was the hood, like the straight hood where they get down and dirty in there. When I first walked in there, I immediately cried. They was smoking cigarettes. They was having sex. They was doing whatever they wanted to do. It's like the officers was scared of A dorm. At this point, I'm like, what did I just get myself into? Like, oh my God. Like, I cannot believe I'm getting sent to Alpha dorm. Like, I cannot live in here. I called my mama like, Ma, they just moved me to Alpha dorm. I don't want to be in here, blah, blah. But no, you ain't want to be in faith base, so you got sent to Alpha dorm where it goes down there. Like, oh my God, it was so crazy, y'all. But anyway, so back to the kitchen. When I tell y'all, I end up becoming Big Meech on the compound with the stuff from the kitchen. Oh, I didn't play, baby. I was that girl selling that stuff on the compound. Like onions, bell peppers, butter, etc. You name it, I had it. I had it. And I like to sell my stuff to the goody two shoes, Miss Charlie girls, because Charlie Dorm had the money. Them girls had the money over there. Like, I was going to say something else, but I don't think that's appropriate. But those girls in Charlie Dorm, they were very spoiled. Their parents sent them lots of money, and they had it over there. So that's where I sold my stuff at. Part 7 of Surviving Prison. Okay, y'all, so I think I'm moving a little too fast, so I'm going to back it up a little bit, because before I went to Alpha Dorm, the kitchen dorm, I still was in faith-based. I didn't get kicked out until about the third warning, so I would get all these different warnings or whatever, but so I did like 6 months in faith-based before I went to Alpha Dorm, because I was still working in the kitchen from faith-based, and that was really like a privilege too, because if you're in faith-based, you're not supposed to work in the kitchen. If you're working in the kitchen, you have to be in the kitchen dorm. But I was still able to be in faith-based. At this time, I had done gained my faith back. I ended up going to the prayer circle. I ended up going to the chapel. I just end up trusting God again and thanking him for basically putting me in this place where I needed to reevaluate myself and get back into my word. So I was still in faith-based. But while I was still in faith-based, I still had the women telling on me, because even though I was in faith-based, even though I started joining the circle and doing what I was supposed to do, I still would sneak my onions and bell peppers in there. Like, that's how I wanted to eat my food. So I'm going to sneak it in there. And to be honest, I really feel like it was some of the women was in there, they was hating because they really wanted to have the onions and bell peppers in their food, and they wanted to bring it back, but they couldn't because they were so holier than thou, and they didn't want to do the wrong thing, so they were hating on me. One day, one of the ladies that was over the circle, that's so holier than thou, she asked me, she came to my bunk and was like, hey, if I pay you, you think you can sneak me some onions and bell peppers back? No, not you. You want me to sneak you some onions and bell peppers back? Why? So you can tell on me? But eventually, of course, I end up getting her some onions and bell peppers off of the salad bar or whatever. I didn't get her a whole onion and bell pepper. I got her the chopped up ones off the salad bar or whatever. And I didn't allow her to pay me. I just, was being nice or whatever because I'm a nice person. And I brought her some back. And she was cool. She didn't tell. But that dorm was something else. You couldn't watch TV after a certain time. You couldn't use the phone after a certain time. They were just really, really strict. I eventually started liking the chaplain, Miss Harris. She was so nice or whatever. She took her time with me because she knew that I was struggling with being there and I was struggling with my faith. So she took her time with me and she kind of took me under her wing, the chaplain. She used to be trying so hard with me, y'all. She used to be like, come on, Sierra. I know you got it in you. I know you can do it. Stop being defiant. Stop fighting it. And it was just like, whatever. I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be here. But it seemed like the more I didn't want to be in there, the more she kept me. Up until it was like the final straw. Like, when she found out that I was getting stuff out the kitchen, she was like, you know what? I know what you're doing. I'm not even going to write you up and send you to law. I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss you at the program. So at this time, now I'm just like, oh my God, no. Like, I'm sad because I don't want to leave the program because I eventually started loving the program. Now I don't want to leave the program. I want to stay in there. Not to mention, faith-based was kind of like safe. Like, you really didn't have to worry about too much that went on the compound because it was just safe in there. It was quiet. It was just like friendly. It was just safe. It was a safe space in there. So now that's when I end up rewinding back. I end up getting moved to Alpha Dorm, which it was smoked out in there. It was just bad in there, y'all. It was so bad. Like, y'all, it was the hood. It was so ratchet. Like, I couldn't believe, I'm like, I don't fit in here. Like, I don't belong here. So like I was telling y'all, I was selling stuff on the compound, putting onions, bell peppers. The onions will go between $4 and $5 per onion. The really big ones will be $5 and $6. The bell peppers were $4. The seasoning, we would bag them up in different like gloves. So if you wanted a whole glove, that's like $10, or it's $1. No, a whole glove is $5 because it's $1 a finger. So yeah, I was selling trapping out the kitchen,
Now, I was never a thief. Like, that's not what I did on the outside. I wasn't a booster. I never stole. But how I get in prison and start stealing? Now, that's the crazy part. So, my friend that was at the reception center with me, I was really happy because she was working in the kitchen too. And so now we reunited and she's in that dorm now. She's in Alpha dorm. So I'm like, oh my God, like I get a little acclimated to that dorm. One rule in prison, do not get comfortable. You don't get comfortable in no dorm you go in because you're subject to move. They have a move list every week and you never know who's on the move list. The move list was, you would think that you're really getting evicted or something because you will be so scared that you're getting moved, especially if you get in trouble or they think they know something that you did or anything. Some of the officers was cool, so they'll tell you like who on the move list or whatever. You go to the window and be like, hey, you'll check the move list and see if my name on the move list or whatever. You were praying that you was not on that move list. But anyways, she was in that dorm, so I was kind of happy. Like, oh my God, I'm back with my girl. Although I seen her every morning because she worked in the kitchen and she worked on the same shift. So anyway, so it was me, her, and another girl that we had got close to. So we was stealing out the kitchen. We was trapping out the kitchen, selling our products or whatever. Y'all, at this point, you would think that we selling drugs. So this one particular day, we hadn't really got all our stuff. Like, oh my God, I forgot to tell y'all about Miss Thomas. Miss Thomas was a mean old lady. She was a kitchen officer as well. Baby, one thing about it, when Miss Thomas was at work, we could never steal. Miss Thomas would make you pull down your clothes, lift up your bra, everything. You was not stealing with Miss Thomas. There's no way you was getting by with Miss Thomas. You were not stealing out that kitchen if Miss Thomas was at work. So I just had to add that in there. But Miss Thomas was not at work this particular day. So we end up getting all our stuff, seasonings, potatoes, onions, peppers, you name it, we had it. So we went in and put it in the bushes by our dorm. Now, it was some other girls that used to steal too. So they found out where we had put our stash at. By the time we get off work and we go to our stash, it's gone. That's like somebody stealing your drugs. So we like, oh hell no, where our shit? Like we finna run down now on about our drugs, but our food. So they in the other Alpha dorm, which was right across from us. So we know who it is because y'all the only ones kind of knew where we had our stuff at. So we knocking on the door, whatever. We had a cool officer in there at the time. He ended up buzzing the door and he let us in. So we like running up on the girls like, hey, what's up? Where our stuff at? We know y'all got it. They try to like, oh, we ain't got it. Nah, where is our food? Like we put it in these bushes and we know y'all got it.